Good afternoon. My name is Jin-San Yoo. I'm a CEO of PharmAbcine, a clinical stage biotech focusing on development of next generation antibodies based therapeutics. PharmAbcine is a publicly trading company listed at Kosdaq stock market in South Korea since 2018. I would like to share my presentation file with you. I will start my presentation with take-home message or executive summary. First, our flagship pipeline Olinvacimab has different clinical trial programs, and all of them look promising as a mono, but also combo with Keytruda. We do have several first-in-class assets, but PMC 309 and PMC 43 in preclinical stage are progressing very well and will be ready to file IND probably Q1 2022. We are looking for investment to open new subsidiary in US in San Diego area to initiate global clinical trials for Olinvacimab, PMC 309 and PMC 43 as a mono, but also various combos in different tumor types. PharmAbcine is a clinical stage biotech focusing on development of antibody-based therapeutics. And we do have market investors like Novartis and OrbiMed. We have a very competitive R&D platform capable of producing multiple first-in-class assets. We do have a strong partnerships with leading global pharmas, but also clinical trial centers. We have experienced world-class management team. In this slide, I will just go over R&D platform. As I mentioned earlier, we have a very competitive R&D platform, including huge display library with 10 to 11 human antibodies in terms of diversity and quality, and multiple first-in-class assets with diverse mode of actions. We have a platform of bispecific, but also multi-targeting antibody platforms. In this slide, we subdivide into asset in clinical and preclinical. In clinical, we have Olinvacimab currently as a monotherapy for Avastin relapsed refractory recurrent GBM. We do have two combo with Keytruda in RGBM and mTNBC. These studies are still ongoing in Australia, but we will open global phase 2 with Olinvacimab pembro in mTNBC site. And we will open also Olinvacimab plus Xeloda in phase 1b/2 for metastatic colorectal cancers. In preclinical stage, PMC 309 anti-VISTA targeting antibody and PMC 43 tied to targeting antibody which can truly activate tied to downstream signalings progressing. And we have a PMC 005BL which target EGFR V3 and zero binding to EGFR wild type, and this antibody can be used for ADC, CAR-T/NK, and radioimmunotherapeutics. I will shift gear to introduce Olinvacimab, which is anti-VEGFR2 neutralizing antibody. Of course, there are competitors like Avastin and Cylramza and Geltrap. Olinvacimab true value is mural cross-species activity, but also very clear safety profile we always observed grade 1 or 2 reversible capillary hemangioma on the skin, facial, neck, and chest area. But we didn't observe any hypertension, GI perforation, hemorrhage, or proteinuria, which are very common for our competitors. We completed our phase 1 DLT studies. We haven't observed any DLT up to 24 mg/kg. We have some change of soluble marker like VEGF-A, soluble VEGF receptor 2, and PLGF before and after Olinvacimab treatment. 60% of phase 1 patients show stable disease, which is satisfying, and more importantly, the clear safety profile of Olinvacimab. After that, we went to the phase 2A Australian trial with recurrent GBM. We have 25% of patients show disease control, and 42% of patients show brain edema reliefs, and 25% of patients show tumor reduction, and 17% patients show steroid use reductions. And some patients are living up to 525 days. As you know, recurrent GBM lifespan is within 4 months. So altogether, we are granted for orphan drug designation from US FDA and Korean MFDS. And we are doing, based on phase 2A brain edema reliefs, we're doing avascular refractory recurrent GBM, which is running in the States and also in Australia. As you know, the paradigm of oncology treatment shift to immuno-oncology. And we also learned that right combination with immuno-oncology drug is beneficial for patients. And VEGFR inhibitors are kind of leading position at the moment to combine with IO. And based on that, PharmAbcine and Merck initiated phase 1B combo trial to evaluate the safety and exploratory efficacy in recurrent GBM and metastatic triple-negative breast cancer patients. This is interim data in recurrent GBM Keytruda combo. The safety is good. One fatigue was reported with grade 3. Usually Keytruda causes extreme fatigue, so this is not surprising. Grade 1 to hemangioma, this is typical adverse effects from Olinvacimab. So 44% of patients show stable disease as a best response, and one patient is staying still in stable disease up to 25 cycles, so it's 18 months so far. In case of metastatic triple-negative breast cancer combo trial, again, no DLT, we observed 2 hypertension and 1 pulmonary embolism. And these hypertension and pulmonary embolisms are well reported adverse effects caused by IO or Keytruda. And again, the hemangioma is from our Olinvacimab. The good thing is we have a second cohort, which is 60 mg/kg Olinvacimab weekly dose. We have a 50% overall response rate and 67% disease control rate. So the interim results of the trial met the primary endpoint with clear evidence of efficacy. This is swimmer's plot as date of September 2020. And this is water plot, also the same data cutoff date. And I'm not going to go through all the summary of clinical data, but again, at the last part, the Keytruda monotherapy in metastatic triple-negative breast cancer, Keynote 119, has shown 9.7% ORR, whereas Keytruda plus Olinvacimab combo in metastatic triple-negative breast cancers are showing 50% ORR and 67% DCR in the second cohort. So I'm gonna just go over two preclinical assets, which is PMC309, this anti-VISTA antibody, and PMC403, Tie2 activating antibody. VISTA is usually highly expressed in tumor microenvironment and mostly expressed on MDSC cells and maintain very immunosuppressive environment in tumor microenvironment. And anti-CTLA4, anti-PD-1, PD-L1 resistance mechanism are linked to the high expression level of VISTA in tumor microenvironment. And PMC309, the unique novel anti-VISTA antibody generated from our huphase display library, and it increased in the number of tumor-infiltrating lymphocytes, especially CD8 positive T cells, and showed dose-dependent anti-tumor effect in human PBMC grafted TNBC models, and combo with PD-1 antibody significantly showed a synergistic effect. Since VISTA is a very attractive target beyond PD-1, PD-L1, several companies are developing VISTA antibodies, and currently two of them, Curis and Fabregas, just initiated their phase 1, and the others are still in preclinical stages, like PharmAbcine. I'm going to shift the gear to PMC403, which is Tie2 activating antibody. So far, this is the only Tie2 directly binding antibody which can trigger the activation of Tie2. And we believe this asset has a value in different indications. So we believe even monotherapy has anti-tumor effect, but combination with different kind of modality which can be used for cancer treatment, it will be more synergistic. But also, besides oncology, this can be applied for ophthalmology, like age-related macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy. And we are still exploring whether PMC403 has a value in ALDS and other disease indications, even diabetic kidney disease and sepsis, stroke. And we are currently collaborating with NIH to explore systemic capillary leak syndrome too. This slide shows that PMC403 has immune activating boosting system and also vessel normalization and combination with anti-PD-1, also synergistic like a previous PMC309 as a VISTA antibody, as you can see. And not only in oncology, but this molecule has a value in ophthalmology, and we saw that PMC403 could inhibit neovascularization in laser-induced CNV models. We also explore in monkey models, and as you can see, our PMC403 has a value to normalize the vessels and inhibit the inflammation in CNV models. So to sum up, PMC403 can be used in ophthalmology and vascular-related disease, immune systems, and I'm not quite sure, but we would like to explore also Alzheimer and other vascular-related dementia, and kidney, and other like COVID-19 or non-COVID-19 related infectious disease. Because of that, also PMC403 has competitors, but either peptide, small molecular protein, which can activate Tie2 downstream, but they are not targeting directly Tie2 like PMC403. So we are very excited in this competitive landscape, and we will show our phase 1 data with PNP43 and see whether PNP43 is more beneficial for patients. So I'm going to stop my presentation here, and I actually left my contact information. My email address is jinsan.yoo@pharmabcine.com. So if you send me email, I'll be happy to share our corporate intro slide deck, and we can follow up for further discussion. Thank you very much.